Hello friends, welcome back to another lesson. So this last week, your assignment was to research or maybe tell me one of your favorite dairy products and a recipe that goes along with it. So this week, I'm actually going to be showing you how to make butter. If we would have been in school, we would have done this in class. It's called the Butter Lab. So basically, the products that you will need are some heavy whipping cream. I got this at HEB. You will need a glass jar or some type of airtight container. If I find that it works better with glass jars just because they have airtight seals, just easier to use. And then optional, if you would like to make salted butter, you need salt. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to make butter. So basically, it's really simple. You open your lid up. You pour however much heavy whipping cream you want. I'm only going to fill this much because I don't eat a lot of butter. I don't use butter often. But if you would like to make salted butter, I'm going to make regular butter today, just unsalted butter. But if you would like to make regular salted butter, you can just add a tablespoon, a teaspoon of salt, depending on how salty you like it. I would recommend starting small though. So if you've got about how many ounces is this? This is probably about a 16-ounce jar. I probably filled it maybe like 6 ounces, 7, 8 ounces. But if you're gonna use like 8 or 16 ounces, I would maybe recommend doing like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon to start out with. You can test it out. It's super easy to just make it and then move along. So basically what you do after that is after you've poured your heavy whipping cream in your jar, you are going to close it and shake. So literally all you do is shake. So I will come back once this is done. Typically, butter is about 5 minutes of shaking. So I'm going to continue to shake and I will come back once it's finished. So I'm still shaking right now, but sorry, Penny is annoyed with some dogs outside. But as you shake, you can kind of feel it getting thicker. So you can feel it getting thicker as you shake. So if I were to open this right now, which I am going to go ahead and do, this is kind of like a whipped cream consistency. It's kind of like whenever you spray that whipped cream in a can on top of your ice cream. If you let it sit, it's kind of like the consistency of this. So I'm going to keep shaking and I'll come back to you in a minute. All right, I'm back. So I've shaked this about for 4 or 5 minutes. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Basically, if I were to take a butter knife, you will find that there is butter now. So it was literally liquid from the beginning. We shook it up and it became butter. So during this process, obviously step 1 was heavy whipping cream. But when we stopped at about minute 1.5, we found that it looked a lot like whipped cream, that's exactly what it was. Then we kept shaking, and as I shook, it started to become sloshy. Like you could hear it liquidy, but it was also like thick. So whenever you stop that process, once there is a liquid and a solid, I don't know if y'all have heard of buttermilk, but buttermilk is used a lot in recipes like biscuits, and you can make awesome like pancakes. You can make buttermilk pancakes. Buttermilk is used in a wide variety of things. So you can literally take this process and make buttermilk and butter at the same time. You can get both in the same process, which is pretty cool. So basically, we now have butter. If I were to put salt in this, I could put it on some toast, a biscuit, your pancakes. But basically, this is homemade butter. That's exactly how easy it is. And so this whole process is called churning. So I don't know if you've ever heard of churning butter, but that's exactly what this is. Obviously, when you buy butter at the store, it's been refrigerated. So if I were to put this in the refrigerator, it's going to be as hard as a stick of butter. So right now it's kind of fluffy. It's kind of like when you leave butter out for a little while and it softens. This is soft butter. So if I put this in the refrigerator right now and I let it sit for a couple hours, it's going to come back kind of like that solid stick of butter that you have in your refrigerator right now. So that's pretty cool. But I hope you learned a lot out of this butter making experience. So basically how it works is that whenever we milk cows, there's a lot of fat in the milk, and that is due to the fact that they need nutrients to feed their baby calves. It's the same thing with humans. It's the same thing with other animals. But the process of lactation, there is a lot of fat, and that's because babies need fat. So basically, whenever we have our heavy whipping cream, this is a thick cream. It's got quite a bit of fat in it. And so whenever you pour this into this jar and you shake it up, it makes butter. So, I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. What I want you to do is the same thing as the past weeks. I want you to go in onto Canvas. I want you to either write the steps, or if you actually want to do this at home, I want you to show me your butter in your jar. And hopefully you're making some butter for your family. But I hope all of you are well. I miss seeing all of you. I will continue to do video lessons on here just so that it's not the boring lesson that's like, tell me your favorite animal and why, that we're actually interacting still. But I hope to see all of you next year in an ag class. I'm so proud of all of you. Y'all are going to move to the main campus, so that is so exciting. But I'm proud of all of you. Y'all are all doing great things. Just know that we can make it through this. I know this is a crazy time in life, but I look forward to seeing y'all hopefully soon. And show me your butter. Show me your butter. Put a picture with your toast or your biscuit or your pancake or your waffle, whatever it is. But I hope y'all enjoyed this lesson, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.